Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Let me go ahead and pick this music here. Get it all set here because I don't want it overpowering me. I need to turn it down just a little bit more here. Give me a second. All right, what it do, what it do, what it do. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. It is reality TV show Sunday here. We had a few shows that dropped today. Actually, four. One of them I didn't watch because it's kind of getting dry already. I tried, y'all. I really did. I tried, but it was just entirely too much. It was just too damn boring. But so what did we have tonight? We had another new episode of Baddies East. We had a new episode of South Central Baddies. And also we had the last 24, the beginning of the reunion for Deja Vu. We're going to get all into that and how we all got played. They did a Zeus on us on Now That's TV with the last 24 hours nonsense, but we're going to get all into that. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Sunday out there. So, but let's get into it. So now I really have to say, out of all the shows that I did watch tonight, I'm going to give the edge to Baddies East on Zeus Network. Because for once, during an altercation, we had some reasoning behind the altercation. Though there never really is a real reason behind the altercations that happen in them shows. We finally got a little bit more insight. So for all of you who watched the show, there's this girl on the show named Smiley, and she had a situation happen where she had to go to the hospital and whatnot. And so if you are familiar with Sukihana, the rapper, and she was also in Love and Hip Hop with Trina, she is on the show now with one of her friends. And apparently she was messaging, Smiley now was messaging Sukihana, basically saying, hey, I just beat up Mariah Lynn and I took her chain. So everybody's been calling into question if she was really sick in the hospital. If you're talking all this good stuff, how come you're, messaging Sukihana saying that you took her friend's chain and all this other stuff? So at the end of the episode, we ultimately see what we're going into the next episode seeing. So we saw a little bit of it, but at least it was more clearer because the rest of the episode was them doing what they normally do, which is go to bookings and get paid. Which still, to me, with this show, if you're going to be bringing back older bad girls, make the show about what they're doing now and what they've done with their celebrity or fame or something, instead of they basically doing the same thing. Or a lot of OGs from Bad Girls Club will come on and they'll just basically sit and watch the action because it's a bunch of nonsense. basically so it's a bunch of nonsense. So, but all in all, that was the best one because at least there was an actual discussion before there was a fight. We had some insight, so that was a little better. And it's good to see that Natalie may be still orchestrating the fights, but she's not getting in them too much, which is a good thing too, because myself and others have been saying forever that if you are the executive producer, Natalie Nunn, why are you fighting on the show? You done worked hard, you done scratched and survived, done all this stuff to get to where you're at. There's no need for you to be fighting on your own damn show that you're executive producing. Period. So and therefore, it was just funny. So next week we'll see. I mean, all the episodes were, I have to say, filler episodes. I mean, I really have to say with Baddies East, since Camilla came on and that there was that initial fight with Camilla, they had other altercations with Biggie and Rolly, and it was just all filler. It's all fluff, I have to say. So, but all in all, I would say that was the best episode. Now, moving on into South Central Baddies, that was a show full of fillers with fights. Fights that were all right, but once again, no context. No context. All we know is that if you are on Instagram and you follow a lot of people from Now That's TV, you know that certain people are having their Instagram beefs or their Twitter beefs or their TikTok beefs or whatever the case may be. I do watch Instagram, but TikTok and Twitter or X, it's just too much to keep up with. I had other stuff to do. So that whole episode was just a lot of, I mean, now some of the people that were fighting, you know, happy to see them in the show again, but they're doing the same thing. Just like I said, it was weird tonight. A lot of the shows were fillers. I mean, and Now That's TV did a whole episode of fighting that was basically all filler and fluff. They had some fights, but it's just that they got to remember a lot of these people that they're now introducing are new. So all these other beefs that they're having with other people in the show, because they're new, no one's really following them. So it's just like, if it's not a beef with somebody who's on the show that is from a previous season or another show, it's not making any sense and it's not entertaining. Sorry. So this episode for Baddies this week was womp womp womp. It was all right. It was cool. It was all right. It wasn't nothing to see. The action gonna be next week. And finally, it's going to be a short one. I really have to say, because there was so much fluff going on and filler going on. I found myself fast forwarding through the episodes because I'm just like, they're really not doing anything. And they're really not breaking down any type of context of the story of what we're about to see and why it's going to go down like this. You know what I'm saying? So... But now we're going to go into Deja Vu, the last 24. And crazy enough, Now That's TV did a Zeus. And what they basically did is it was the 24 hours leading up to going into the reunion. And you had a lot of people talking in mess, talking about this person was saying this on Instagram or Facebook, whatever. That person was saying this and that and the third. And they had problems with them on the show. Some people had problems on the show previous. And once again, all fluff and filler. But at the end, Joss, who's transgender, is going to be getting into it with a cis female, straight female, as they say. So, and therefore, it looks like Joss is going to be getting into it with a lot of people. Look like from the preview, she's going to be fighting a lot of people. So, it's all interesting. There was a fight at the end, but it really didn't make too much sense. Sorry if it seems unexciting. It's just that they did these filler shows tonight, so there's not much to talk about. Had I known that Now That's TV was going to do an episode like this, where it was just basically going to be a filler, I probably would have not watched tonight, and I would have just added it on to the next week's episode, because every episode tonight was a filler. So, I mean, we got kind of a preview of what's going to happen in that finale for Deja Vu, and it's going to be all hell breaking loose. They got people coming from other, the previous season of Deja Vu, because Deja Vu, this is only its second season. So they have a lot of people that they are actually bringing back from the first season. which, whatever. it's now that's TV. It's one of those things of, if you are not already watching Now That's TV, they do have a tendency to bring people to the reunion that weren't on that particular season. They'll bring people from previous seasons just because they want to fight. So whatever the case is. So yeah, and then Tasha K, along with a couple of other people, are actually hosting the show. And she's already discussed what happened there. Oh, spoilers. Though I'm not saying that much, I am talking about stuff that has already happened and progressed in the show. So if you're listening to this and you do not want to hear what is going to happen, I suggest you turn off this broadcast. Thank you very much. I don't want to hear about it in the comments. I really don't. There's not much to say because there really wasn't much to see. So that's the only thing I really say about that. It was once again all filler. But what I can say, it looks like Joss is going to be getting into it with a lot of people on that show. From also in the preview for the next episode, Tasha K is going to be in her homophobic ways, and she's going to be saying some stuff to transgender women that she should not be saying and she should not be disrespecting. So if she gets hit, I mean, you volunteered to come on a Now That's TV programming show. And I find it hard to believe, Tasha K, that you did not know what that network is about and what the people on that network are about. This is not that softer Zeus Network and Love and Hip Hop fights. These are the type of people that bring mouth guards and they ready to whoop somebody's ass. So, to think you was going to be able to talk crazy to them like that, girl, you done lost your mind. You done lost your mind, child. So, and some of the things she's just saying is just downright disrespectful. So we'll get into all that next week. So I'll be back next week to cover that and all that good stuff. Anything else that comes along. For all of you guys who may have saw the post about the Fani Willis, I'm just waiting for them to actually assign a court date to see if it's going to be on August 5th, because now we're going to go into a little bit of political stuff. For a case in Atlanta, Georgia, for trying to actually steal the elections with fake electors and stuff like that. Fani Willis in Atlanta is doing that case, and she's gone ahead and asked for a trial date of August 5th, 2024. So we shall see. Yeah, but otherwise, got Thanksgiving coming up this week. If the weather continues to get nice, hopefully, I'm not saying hopefully somebody steals a car and they start joyriding, but if they start joyriding in uptown Minneapolis and I'm around, I'm going to come live. We'll do that live as always. Also too, as we close out November and go into December, we got close to Christmas, the Iron Claw coming out, and I will be doing a big reaction and review to that, because that is a major deal when you're talking about families of wrestling entertainment such as the Von Erichs. So that should be interesting as well too. And there's, like I said, next week we'll get back with the rest of these shows, and hopefully it'll be more to see and more to talk about. And there just wasn't really that much tonight. It's just like I waited up for them, and that's just like, yeah, but they weren't really hitting like that. It was all right, you know. I still got one more show to watch, and I probably won't come back to review that, because I'm basically going to wait till they get into a few episodes on this other Gemini Films show for the come up. So I'll be talking about that show as well too. And that's pretty much it right now, because I know that they are going into pre-production for The Mandalorian. They're ramping up pre-production right now. Now that the writer's strike is over, so there'll be other stuff that will be coming up that I will be reviewing, but just not much right now. Not much right now. It's just like I said, all 3 episodes were dry and they were fillers. Plain and simple. If there was something to actually talk about, I'd be talking about it, but that's what it was. Fillers and basically a 40-minute intro into the next episode where all the action is going to be. And the bad thing is it's going to be less than 10 minutes of action, and that's what we got this whole episode this week about. I don't know. My theory on that is you lose subscribers when you do that. This is why people lapse in their subscriptions, because some of these channels, they barely put out any content. So, but anyway, that's pretty much it and all in it at this point in time. Just like I said, I wish tonight's episodes were a little bit more exciting, but they just weren't. I mean, out of all of them, the only one that seemed to have some context that you could follow and understand if you were someone who watched reality television but didn't know what was going on was Baddies, because Sukihana was actually explaining the situation. So, yeah. Dry and boring, and womp, boring. So, but anyway, I'm going to get off here. Just like I said, I got one more show to watch tonight. I will probably not come back live to talk about that, though, because I'm going to watch a few episodes of it, and then I'm going to go live on that. So we'll see. But anyway. So like, comment, subscribe. Keep me in the algorithm. Keep me in that algorithm. By liking, by commenting, and subscribing. And also, too, you can always support in other ways, too, which I'm going to put up on the screen. And you can support that way, too, as well, with Cash App. Help me build my YouTube studio. We got one piece now. We're doing it a piece at a time in order to bring you guys more content. But anyway, I'm going to get up off here. Peace and blessings. Happy Thanksgiving. I may come to you guys live for Thanksgiving just for a minute. And that's pretty much it. So stay blessed, stay well. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you soon.